Over the next few months, you may find that your braces scratch the insides of your cheeks and lips and cause irritation. You will be provided today with 2 products, one being relief wax and one being Gishiku. Both products serve the exact same purpose, and it's up to you to decide which one you prefer to use. Each product is used to cover up any sharp areas of metal that are causing irritation or scratching your cheeks. In the packet of wax, you'll notice that there are several long strips. You're going to start by breaking a piece off with your fingers and rolling it around into a ball. Grab a piece of Kleenex and dry off the area where you want to apply the wax. This will allow the wax to stick a lot better. With the ball of wax, you're going to press gently on top of the bracket or piece of wire or whichever sharp area is causing the irritation. Just mold it around so it creates a nice smooth surface for the sides of your cheeks. Wax can stay on for about 2 to 3 hours. It does start to break apart after a while, so it might be a good idea to change it. To remove it, you just pick at it with the edge of your fingernail, and it should come off in one big piece. Gishiku is a silicone-based product, and in order to remove the cap, you need to twist and pull it off. You'll notice on the opposite end, there is a plunger. The plunger is connected to 2 different colors of material. In order to release the material, give the plunger a good squeeze, just to get about a pea-sized amount of each color. That's enough for one application. With your fingers, break off each material and mix them together between your fingers. You're going to mix for about 10 seconds until it's one consistent color. With the Kleenex, dry off the metal area to ensure that the Gishiku sticks really well, and mold the Gishiku right over the bracket or metal area, whichever is causing the irritation. Within a minute, Gishiku will harden and create a nice protective barrier for your cheeks. You're going to notice there's a little white stick that sticks out. You're going to line it up with a notch in the tube itself. Make sure that the white stick fits in the notch. Give it a good push. And then you're going to twist it to lock it in place. Gishiku can last on your braces for up to 12 hours. It's non-toxic and BPA-free and will not cause harm if it's accidentally swallowed. Remove the Gishiku, pick at it with your fingernail, and it comes off just like the wax. The first thing you should do is call the office. We will help you to determine if it's something that's urgent where you need to come in a little bit sooner, or if it's something that can wait until your next visit. If a bracket is loose, you'll notice that it does slide around on your wire. It may shift from left to right, and what you can do in the meantime is use a piece of wax or Gishiku to cover it up and stabilize it so it doesn't slide around as much. There may be an instance throughout your treatment where a piece of wire may be sticking out towards your cheek. Now this can happen as your teeth start to move or spaces start to close, and it can become quite uncomfortable against the sides of your cheeks. So the first thing you should do is call the office. We will arrange an appointment for you as soon as possible to get that back end snipped off. And in the meantime, you can always use wax or Gishiku to cover up the area temporarily to give your cheeks some relief. There may be an instance when your bracket has a metal tie around it, just like this one right here. And we may use this to tie in the bracket instead of a colorful tie. Now what usually happens is there's a little twisted metal piece that sticks out that we push in towards your teeth before you leave the office. After eating or brushing, you may notice this little metal tie can start poking out towards your cheeks and start scratching you. If that starts to happen, you can always use wax or Gishiku to cover it up to give you some relief, or you can use the eraser tip of a pencil. This will help to push in the metal piece of wire to make sure that it's not poking towards your cheeks any longer and it's now flush against your tooth surface. Sometimes we may put a colored tie on top of a metal one. This is really just for comfort and so everything looks like it's matching. If the colored tie does come off for some reason, keep in mind it's not urgent. You do not need to come in for an appointment to have it replaced because the metal tie is still right underneath, holding everything in place where it should be.